Good evening. Today, my name is Jacob Kipkosgei Amai. Today, I'm going to do a presentation of my essay, LB5228, and it's specifically about globalization and its impacts on inequality and development in developing countries. Basically, my presentation will majorly focus on two theories. The first theory is neoliberalization, and the second theory is dependency theory. Basically, neoliberalization theory focuses much about globalization and opening up of the markets across the world, liberalization and free movement of goods, services, movement using modern ways of transportation by sea, by air, to the new market frontiers across the world. And dependency theory basically encompasses about developing countries and their over-reliance on goods and merchandise and services from the developed countries. Globalization is an interesting topic. In today's world of business, the model of performing business has really changed. The dynamics have shifted a lot, and this is also true in developing countries. The developing countries, majority of which that have encompassed globalization, have felt and have reaped some positive impacts from globalization, in that these developing countries that do not have capacity have been able to receive goods and services from developed countries. These goods and services have been effective in spurring economic growth, in provision of job opportunities, and in enhancing and speeding up development in these areas. As you know, if we can look at examples of countries like China, India, and in sub-Saharan Africa specifically, we'll have a look at Nigeria. These countries, when you see their economic growth was spurred by absorbing technology from developed countries. The absorption of technology and services and goods from these developed economies really spurred the economic growth of these countries, and in that, these countries have gone so much and realized economic booms. Globalization is a good factor in one way or another. It has helped to improve livelihoods of the citizens of these countries. It has helped open up the markets. It has helped the civilians and the population of these markets to access goods that are of high quality and have helped easen up their lives and improved even the country's returns. While we look at these theories, majority of the people and researchers have said that globalization is in fact good in a way, but others have countered it and said globalization has in fact had the negative impact and has not met the plan or the ideas that initially it was intended for. For example, globalization has led to deep inequalities in these developing societies. The inequalities come in the form that the jobs and the goods that are provided in these developing countries have been hugely impacted by large corporate organizations that are able to access finances and bring in newer goods to these markets. So the small economies or the small businesses in these developing countries have been much affected. They have been really hit. Their profit margins have been affected since they are not able to compete at par with these gigantic companies. So in one way or another, globalization, as you can see, has had a not desirable effect to these developing countries. In conclusion, I would say globalization has had both positive and negative impacts to these developing countries, and a thorough and depth discussion and research has been done in my essay that is in written part. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this discussion.